weekend? Nothing. So today we're gonna just do some taping with some masking tape around these bad boys here, and we're gonna just cover the outside layer of the mouse so that we can color inside without getting rid of this nice shiny black that I don't know how I get it, but it was actually cool, so I kept it. And let's keep going on and let's see what we can do about it. We finished to masking tape all the model, so you're gonna have like the mouth to be like this. Sorry if the light's not the best. Done that, to be fair, the only thing we have to do at the moment is to color white, like with a flat white, all this part, so that we can actually start to color on top of them, otherwise with the black will be a bit strange. And for this process we're gonna use this white. So it's a flat white from Vallejo model color. You should have something like this. So it doesn't look perfect because it's not supposed to be perfect. It's just a very lightly dry brush, so to keep a little bit of black to see through under this white. And when the white dries out, we're gonna pass kind of a contrast paint to the statue, which is part of the base of the Venom model. This one is actually a very nice sculpture, so it looks like kind of an angel, so classic angel. They always stay at the bottom of every freaking Venom model. Never understand why, but it looks cool, so we're gonna do that. This is the final result of the dry brushing. So when you finish, you have this kind of stony look, like very nice looking, minimum effort, maximum result. White dry brush over black. So this is the final result after you put the contrast paint. Obviously now it's wet and very shiny because it's still wet. Where you're gonna see these darker spots is where the shadows are gonna come up. And after that we're gonna pass back the black to cover this white. And for the rest we're gonna just cover it up later on. Obviously not finished yet, but this is a small update on the base. So 90% done. Just need to do a small dry brush here, these roads, and finish to connect the tendril that I showed you before that now are drying, and to color actually, which I'm gonna do now probably, the mirror of this window. So, as I was saying, this is the last piece of the church base. So it's gonna be this kind of fragment glasses that we color with the same kind of contrast paint that we use for the Venom gun. And they're gonna give this kind of eyeshadow with a bit of highlights at the same time when they're gonna dry up, of course. As you see, this is the result of applying a little bit of contrast yellow paint on a white dry brush. So you're gonna have this kind of dirty look, like if you have just eaten. And in Steve, they're gonna be now, as soon as they get dry, obviously, dry brush again with white just on the tip of the teeth, so that they look just dirt, basically, let's say close to the gum part, and the point, so the pointy part, they're gonna be more whitish, like if they're new. So finally, the tendrils are finished. So as you may see, now the kind of discoloration that they have is the one I want to achieve. So we start with a yellow undercoat of white, and on top of the white there was a little bit of contrast yellow paint. After I did a yellow dry brush, and on top of the yellow I did a white plus the same yellow that I used for the first dry brush, mix it to create this kind of yellow whitish color. To achieve this with another little dry brush just on the point. Done that, now we're just gonna let it dry a bit, and we need to actually varnish it a bit with a clear lacquer varnish. But before the clear lacquer varnish, we need to attach them to the actual base and actually give them a purpose, and at the same time also masking tape the whole base for avoid that the actual lacquer varnish gonna cover all the base when it's actually hurt, so it need to be matte. Update on the base done. Some details. So now the base is complete, so what we're gonna do is starting to work out on the heads and obviously the body of Venom. We're gonna probably start for sure, like coloring his eye on white, a little bit of his teeth with the same technique we used from the tendrils before without the eyes, and also obviously we're gonna start to work around the mouth, so we're gonna need to give it a light tone first, including like this jaw part on the side here, because this one need to be like the tendrils we did before, so kind of red violetish. And we're gonna also start to work on the tongue, and when obviously we're gonna do the white for the eye, we're gonna start to work like on the web shooting part they usually have on his end. Said that, let's start. this one is the final color of the saliva, so the green slimy saliva that's gonna be attached to Venom tongue. Now we carry on with the head and all the rest of the body. Okay, so a small update on the body of Venom, which is basically 90% done. Let's say 80, okay? So this one is gonna be the main body. So as you can see, it has a white base, and after I did a very light blue dry brush and a very light blue wash, and essentially at the end I did another layer of a white dry brush because I thought it was a bit too bluish, and I want to get the comic-y texture and not like let's say too much realistic. Now I just need to color black again the spaces between the white line and cover back, and after we can just start to fill up everything and attach all the body part and hopefully finish the head very soon, as soon as it gets dried. The same color technique I have used it also for the eye of the head. So white base, blue wash, dry, and another white dry brush. So this is the final product, so that Venom head finished, and as you can see I did a different dry brush layering on the teeth, so it's gonna be like contrast yellow paint, bone white and white dry brush. Now we're just waiting the red to dry up. As you can see it's still a bit wet on the tongue, and after that we're gonna pass some satin varnish just to give it a look kind of wet venomish, and we can call it done and start to assemble the pieces. So this is the Venom finish and assemble. This kind of Coke as a kind of comparison size. As you can see, it's a 1/4 scale, so it means this one is gonna be more or less around 60-65 centimeter, and it's basically one of the best work ever done so far, in my opinion at least. And I hope you enjoyed to watch this video, and if you like it, to subscribe. And now I leave you to a 360 degree of this amazing piece. Thank you very much for watching.